Welcome to another episode of This Old Hoopty, where usually I'm talking about that piece of crap behind me. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about that. I needed a new car since my, well, I guess it's an SUV, since the green, now purple machine is constantly under construction. Needed something to take the kids to and from school and to hit Publix. So I picked up a 2022 Hyundai Palisade. We kind of like the Hyundais over here. I had a what is it, a Sonata 2.0 turbo for about 10 years, and I think it was about 9 years. But it's actually a funny story. I always tell my wife and kids not to leave food in the car, and well, that didn't work out. So rats started chewing up crap in the engine to try and get into the car. And after that happened, little by little, some of the electrical systems started failing. So I had to constantly replace things. I replaced the door locks. I would rip it apart in here. I just never made videos on it. I replaced the door locks, a couple lock switches, window switches. I replaced the fan relay. I replaced the engine fan. I replaced some of the lighting relays and multiple other components, but it started getting a little ridiculous. And I went and looked for some used cars because I typically do not like buying a new car. But in this case, at 1.9% financing, it's a no-brainer, and used cars are highly overpriced right now. So I went over to the dealer around the corner here to see what they had, and they happen to have three. I picked up one. Let's go over it, and I'll explain why. So here's a quick look at the outside. This is a 2022 Hyundai Palisade SEL. And the reason why I'm putting it on the channel is because I'm going to be modifying portions of it. It should never be in the shop or my garage for more than an hour or two, because I use it daily. There's a quick walk around of the outside. Kind of happy with how it looks. They all pretty much look the same. The Chevy Traverse, the Hyundai Palisade, the Kia Telluride. But I like the features that this one had the best. The price, what it came with, the basic looks. Some things I didn't like right off the bat is that grille, so that's getting changed. Let's take a look inside. There's a lot of space in here, as you guys know very well. I hate leather seats. I'm in Florida and it's hot and they're uncomfortable. So only one of the three SUVs over there had non-leather seats. Luckily, it was also the one that had the captain's chairs, which was extremely important because my kids constantly argue with each other in this middle row here. And both of these seats, which I'm going to show you in a second, recline and have air conditioning. So that was kind of cool. We also have up here a sunroof. And in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, the only thing worse than one sunroof is two sunroofs. I hate them. They eventually leak, and I'm just not really a fan. So to each his own. If you guys like it, fantastic. This did not come with the mood lighting, but we're going to fix that. I have mood lighting that I did not use on that truck. So I'm going to actually install it under here, under the seats, and under here. Hopefully you guys can see all that. And the beautiful thing is there is USB ports all over this thing. Two in here, one up under there. There's another two down here. We also have these cool little cup holders that disappear, so you can use this as storage. You kind of push these, and these fit the big sports shaker cups, which I like to use. So that's kind of nice to have. The one thing that takes a little getting used to is there's no longer a shifter on the column. You know, the push button start I got used to, but the controls here for park, reverse, neutral, etc. are all on here. I do disable some of these things. I hate the fact that the car turns off while you're at stoplights, so I turn that off. Other than that, I pretty much use all the features, sensors, etc. So it is cool the fact that the SUV will stay in its own lane. It'll turn left and right. As long as it's, you know, staying in the lane, it'll drive for you basically, and then an alarm will go off after a minute or so telling you to put your hands back on the steering wheel and pay attention. That's kind of cool. I do like having all of my stuff from my cell phone thrown onto the large screen over here. It gives me my maps, my music, my texts, and I can verbally give text back and reply to people while I'm driving. I don't have to touch my phone at all. I literally just leave it right in here and then do everything through the screen here. So that's kind of nice. I don't have to take my eyes off the road. Let's keep going throughout the car here, and or the SUV, and go through the rest of the stuff. For the kiddo space back here, because of the fact that these seats are wicked comfortable, They also recline. They've got like push button electronic rolling moving stuff going on. These USB, hopefully you can see those there. I'm going to use each one of the side USB, and I'm going to mount a 12 or 13 inch tablet on the back of each one of the seats here. That's going to wire into the electronics in the seat here. It'll be Bluetooth. It'll connect to my son's cell phone and this SUV's Wi-Fi, so the kids can be watching television and play video games and whatnot on the way to and we got these nice armrests. These captain's chairs are great. You have air conditioning back here and up there. You guys can see that, hopefully. There you go. So the back has just as much AC and whatnot as the front. There's cup holders galore for them to put all their stuff. So when we have extra people with us, there's another 3 seats back here, more cup holders. There's USB ports behind these seats here as well. And these also fold completely flat, so I can use this to carry stuff. I'm gonna put a trailer hitch on the back so I can actually bring stuff to and from while that's in there. And of course, that one has no interior and a bucket as a seat, so that's not going anywhere for at least another 6 months or so. Now, one thing I didn't get, but I will probably be adding myself, is the automatic liftgate. It is available, but it's included in another package which comes with a whole bunch of other stuff that I really only want the automatic liftgate from, so I'm probably going to install an aftermarket one of those. These seats are great. You can just pull this right here. It reclines, so your rear seats actually recline, as well as fold flat completely with the ones in front of it, so you can put whatever you want back here, boxes, yada yada yada. And as you can see, there's more power over here. You can also fold the second row of seats down, if you guys can see that from right here. So if I'm loading something in the car and I want these 2 seats folded, obviously I can't do that one because my daughter's child seat's in it, but that one can fold flat, and then I can bring stuff all the way across that way by myself. So let's go over a couple of things that I am adding to it in addition to what I just talked about inside. I did not need a roof rack, so I did not have that included. I do, however, want steps here. So I've already ordered the steps, and I do like the look of the brushed aluminum door sill guards here instead of these plastic ones. So I ordered these, and I ordered the steps. I did not order them from, well, I ordered these from Hyundai because it's the only place that you can get them. The steps, I got aftermarket ones because they were half the price for the exact same thing. So when you get in this car here, for me, it's not a problem. I can get in, step over, and sit on the seat. Anyone shorter than me, when you're getting out of this seat, you're pretty much sliding off of it. And as you can see, they've doubled up on the fabric here and here on both sides here. And that's not really for looks. That's because this is going to get tore, and so is this. You see it in all of your Ford, Chevy trucks, pretty much everything when you're sliding in and out of that chair. So if you put a step here, you can step over and sit down, and there's less wear and tear on the chairs, front and back. So the step, we talked about the mood lighting. We talked about the entertainment system for the kids, the 2 tablets that are going in there. The rims I don't really care about. Like I said, this is to take my kids to and from school and hit Publix. The grill, I just don't like it. I don't like this massive logo thing here. I don't mind the Hyundai logo. It's a Hyundai. The logos will stay on the rims and tires. They'll stay on the back. Don't really care about that. I just don't really like the look of this. So I ordered one that has slats like this in the same color, so that way it looks similar. And then we're going to put a little lighting probably on this thing in case we drive it at night. And that's pretty much the gist of it. This is just a quick breakdown of what I bought, why I bought it. And if you take a look over here, you can see that a lot of the stuff has started arriving. Oh yeah, also, what are these, weather something floor mats? This is for the entire vehicle. So when my kids drop food on the floor or somebody's doing whatever in there, it doesn't make a huge mess. These actually are rubber, and they will keep the floor nice and clean. I also picked up a steering wheel cover because you're getting into the car dirty. I would like that to stay clean. I picked up a cover for the armrest in between the center console because that seems to get dirty as well. What is this? I think this is a windshield cover for keeping the sun off the dash because, as we all know, eventually the dashes take a crap and you got to buy new ones. Kind of would not like that to happen in that truck. So I know that was quite fast, but that's pretty much the breakdown. This is really just an update on what I picked up, why I picked it up. And so there will be some videos, probably one or two, of that truck in the near future when I get the rest of the components in. They should be coming in throughout this week. And I'll disassemble the front end, put the new grille in, put the steps on, and then I'll do a separate video with the interior electronic stuff. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you guys like. If you don't. Subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest shenanigans. We'll be back to this little beauty over here in just a few days. I'll be working on the next section here. So I'll be painting that, getting that all ready. I'll be getting the bed off so I can paint the back, and we're going to start working on the air suspension. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe and the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one.